Superstar efforts all round. Fantastic effort, Joe, and that's it for our sport.
It was. Thanks for that, Nate. So with this after the break, Livio joins us with all the weather details.
G'day, Livio, Regano with tonight's weather. Full steam into the final month of spring, and it sure is going to be a warm week ahead. Heatwave conditions will gradually creep in from the west, reaching a climax on Friday, and there's a small but ever-present risk of thunderstorms. Here's a sample of today's local temperatures for the Wide Bay Burnett. In Bundaberg, we reached a top of 29 degrees after a low this morning of 19. Hervey Bay also got to 28, and for Gympie it was 32. To the satellite loop, there's not much cloud to talk of affecting at least the populated parts of Queensland, but certainly through the Channel Country you can see this band of storms just encroaching onto Queensland. It's linked to a trough, and over the next day or two it will start spreading east. It's already affecting the Darling Downs, where thunderstorms, especially around the Granite Belt, have been popping up this afternoon. Better chance tomorrow. Let's look at today's chart. There's the trough spread through the Channel Country. Ahead of it you can see the trajectory of the air. It's bringing all this equatorial air down, so it's very, very warm. 40s out over Western Queensland, sometimes up to 42, 43. Tomorrow's chart, that trough moves a little bit closer into southeast Queensland, making for a better chance of potentially severe thunderstorms in the southeast, but just continuing warm in the tropics. Now the latest from BOM, the boating forecast for Hervey Bay waters, straight northerly winds just 10 to 15 knots tomorrow, seas under a metre. Northerlies increasing to 15 to 20 knots for both Wednesday and Thursday, so it'll be choppy. Gari offshore waters much the same. In fact, we got 15 to 20 knot northerlies for the next 3 days with seas to 1.5 metres. Tomorrow's first low tide is very early, so early in fact that you might sleep through it, in which case the next tide will be a late morning high. For the Wide Bay Burnett, the chance of a late thunderstorm inland. Bundaberg 18 to 31 degrees, fine on the coast, gain to 37. Hervey Bay 29, Maribor 31. And looking ahead for Bundy, top and bottom temperatures will gradually start climbing the ladder, reaching a peak this Friday or Saturday. No proper cool change to look forward to and no rain on the horizon. This week's question, why do troughs always seem to form over Western Queensland? On a typical day, the prevailing southeast winds build up pressure against the Great Dividing Range, creating a warp in the isobars known as the coastal ridge. You see it all the time on the daily weather chart. The pressure naturally drops on the sheltered side of the range, creating the opposite effect, a kind of trench in the isobar pattern called the inland trough, which we mark as a dotted line. The trough is most noticeable in summer when it gets really hot and the buoyancy of the air creates even lower pressure, making a further warp in the isobars. Have a nice evening. Now it's back to the team.
Great, thanks for that, Livio, and that's all from us for this Monday. Thanks very much for your company.
And just a reminder, if you'd like to see anything from our news again, you can do that over on 7plus or download the 7 News app. So from everyone here, enjoy the rest of your Monday night. Good night.
Good night.